Hello, Morgan Knoll here with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We're located about 30 minutes north of Denver off I-25. Today I am bringing you a customer ordered unit. So this is a 2023 Cimarron Norstar 4-horse gooseneck with the dual tack doors. So you'll see when we walk through this trailer, some of the reasons I love this setup, I will let you know, and we'll go through it and everything. But we'll get started right up front here. So we've got our B&W adjustable coupler. So these back out, and that way we can get you riding as level as possible on the tow vehicle. BMW actually just came out with this new handle for their couplers here. So it's a lower profile so that we can get up higher into this coupler. And that way, if you've got a lifted truck or you're hauling with something pretty big with some stiffer suspension, we can get you up higher, make sure you're riding as level as possible. Safety chains, battery breakaway cable. Right now I've got it plugged into our battery pack, but the nice thing about this one, since we have the hydraulic jack on it, we also have a battery in here. So having this battery inside, that's gonna, for one, run your hydraulic jack, and for two, run the lights on the trailer without it being plugged into an external battery source. Right here you'll see a battery cutoff switch, and that battery cutoff switch will cut all power to the trailer. So if you leave a tack room light on, but as long as you switch that switch off, that's gonna cut that light off and it's not gonna be draining your battery. And then the nice thing about it too, as long as that battery cutoff switch is in the on position and you are plugged into your truck and the truck is running, that is gonna trickle charge that battery back up so you're not having to stick a charger on it or anything. Right here we've got our controls for the hydraulic jack, so up and down. And then the nice thing about these hydraulic jacks that we have, this system actually has a kind of a fail proof. So if you are to drain this battery and you got to get this trailer on the truck in a hurry, you have the capability of the pump action, be able to grab this little bar right here, you stick it in here, and then you pump this to get the trailer to go up and down. So right now I'm going up, and then to get it to go down, you're just going to pull this out and turn it towards the trailer about a quarter turn, and then you'll be able to go down. So having that, for one, comes in handy big time in case you are in a hurry, have an emergency situation going on, or if you have time to wait, but you do kill this battery, get your truck underneath it, plug it in, turn that battery cutoff switch on, charge this battery back up, and then you'll be able to move that jack up and down without having to pump it. We got our full-size spare tire and wheel right there. So exterior color on this one is white. We can get them in a few different colors. We can do silver, charcoal metallic, a black. I mean, there's different options we can do depending on what you like. So coming over here to this tack side door, so we've got a door on each side. So when we get to the other side, you'll see that other door. But on this one, you got the swing out saddle rack that's got 2 tiers on it right now. These tiers are adjustable, removable, and we can add additional. You can comfortably fit 4, even 5 of these saddle tiers on these posts, just depending on how big your saddles are, how big your horns are, and how much space you need between the two. Over here on the tack door, we've got our swing out blanket pole. So this actually swings out and gives you that flexibility and capability of getting blankets from lower down out without having to pull them all off or them getting stuck, or if you got to get one in there, it just makes life a lot easier being able to swing that out. And then down below, we've got our brush box. So that brush box, for me personally, I always keep my items that I use pretty often in there. So my brushes, my hoof pick, my fly spray, liniment, puller wraps, stuff like that, I always keep in that brush box, and that way I'm not having to walk into the tack room and find what I need all the time. You also have a window in that tack door, so that way you can get that opened up, you can get that airflow going through if you got some sweaty blankets in there, or if you just want to get it opened up. And then going up into the tack room, both tack doors are going to have this step. So having this step, you're getting about 6 inches lower to the ground, and then you're getting extra width on it too. So ease of use getting in and out of the trailer when you're hauling stuff with you, it makes it a heck of a lot easier. We've got the 42-inch wide tack door as well, so that way when this saddle rack is swung out, you can still walk up in here without having to go sideways and make yourself have room. You're able to get in and out with ease having that saddle rack swung out. So we'll go in the tack room from the other side when we get to the other side of the trailer here. So over here on the hip side, we've got our bus windows on all 4 stalls. So these bus windows, they open up part way. So I open this one from the inside, so that way I can do this from the outside. So if you're hauling, you start out in the morning, like this morning, it's pretty chilly out. You're probably just gonna want a little bit of ventilation for those horses. You can get it opened up just a little. And then as long as you have them unlocked from the inside, as the day progresses, you can open them up more and more without having to offload horses to get to the windows. You have an LED light up above, so that comes in handy big time when you're trying to tack or untack in the dark. And I'm telling you, those are bright lights too. And then down below, we got 2 7,000-pound Dexter torsion axles with our 16-inch aluminum wheel. And these tires are nitrogen filled, and that's going to be the indicator cap right there, that little green piece. So nitrogen, it's going to run cooler, your PSI is going to stay steadier, and then the nice thing, if you've got to fill it with normal air, you can do so without hurting the tire. So your Cimarron trailers are going to be an all aluminum construction. You've got the strongest upright posts on the market, strongest flooring on the market with the center every 4 inches, and then they all come standard with their 1/2 inch thick insulated honeycomb fiberglass roof that's got an R3 thermal value on it, so a little more heat regulating. It's going to be dent and hail resistant up to about a golf ball size hail as well. So fantastic roofs and setups that come standard on the Cimarron trailers. So here on the rear, we've got our 60/40 door setup. No ramp currently, but if you needed a ramp or wanted a ramp installed, we can get one from the factory, and our guys in the service department here do a fantastic job installing them, and they look like it came just from the factory like that. We've got our butt strap, so that way this last horse, if you've got them tied solid, some horses, as soon as you open that door, they want to try and escape a trailer. So having this butt strap is going to help prevent some of them from being able to step out and cause accidents from happening. We've got our rubber mats on the floor right now with the capability of upgrading to worm flooring. So the worm flooring, highly recommend looking into it. It's a impenetrable layer that they put on the aluminum floor, and then you have a rubber composite over top of it, and that will prevent any kind of liquid from getting down to that floor. And then when you're done hauling, you scoop out your solids, spray it down with the hose, tip your nose up on the trailer just a little so that water and urine runs back off out of the trailer, and you're good to go. So the dividers, we've got our dividers in here. This customer wanted the airflow dividers. So these are the airflow ones. You can see the spacing between them. Make sure that the air is coming through, getting to those horses' heads and shoulders, and just making sure they're as comfortable as possible while in transit. And then on this one, we've got our pads on each side of the dividers. So these pads, not only one are they going to add some comfort for the horses, they're also going to help some of that discoloration you'll see on lighter colored horses. So your grays, your paints, your palominos, they get to rubbing against this aluminum and they get some stains on their hips and stuff. So having the pads going to help prevent some of that from happening. And then coming through here, so this is a big one for us. So we add a little bit of extra length onto these trailers instead of doing that telescoping divider. And that way you can get this divider all the way over to the side here without it sticking out of the trailer and causing an accident for a horse. Some horses will walk into a trailer all weird, and the last thing you want is something sticking out for them to catch a hip on. So having that extra length to keep this divider inside comes in handy big time. So then on this front divider here, we've got the full length stud stall. So it goes all the way down. So having that full length, for one, if you have a horse that still learning how to stand in a trailer and it gets a little wobbly, stepping on its neighbor, put them in that first stall and they're not going to be able to step on their neighbor. They're going to be, a little more confined in there with having that full length. If you have a stud, obviously stud stall would work out well. And then something I really like the capability of having this full length stud stall is that as a storage stall. So if you're only hauling 3 horses, you have a slot that you can stick hay in, you can stick your wheelbarrow in, your grain, all that stuff, and it's not going to be sliding back underneath these other horses' feet because you have that stud stall going all the way down. So on these dividers, I'll show you one of my favorite things. So I personally have a Cimarron, and one thing that led me to them a lot was I haul the young horses around pretty often. So being able to get a young horse in that's still kind of nervous in a trailer, still getting used to it, still getting seasoned with it, being able to get them in here, you know, hit them over and then just push that with my hip and get them locked into place, that comes in handy big time for the safety of the horse and the safety of myself. So being able to just push that in, it's a fantastic operation, and I love how that's set up there. You've got 4 LED lights on that right-hand side, so you can load and unload in the dark. There's nothing worse than having your phone flashlight out and you're trying to get your horse to load in the dark. So having lights on these trailers come in handy big time. And then up above each stall, we do have a roof vent. So those roof vents will push forward and push backward. You know, you push first 2 forward, they're gonna help draw that air down and in, and then push the other 2 backward and it'll help draw that air back out and just keep that airflow going over the horses' heads and backs. So when I close up this side door here, so all these doors are on a latchback system, so they're all gonna have these little latches here that pop into place, and that way, when you are trying to load by yourself and it is windy out and your doors are trying to slam shut on you and your horses, you can actually get these open, pop it into there, and keep the doors open from slamming shut. Right here, we've got our light controls for the exterior, each for the exterior of the trailer, 1 on each side, 1 on the rear, and then 1 for the inside stall area. So coming over here to the head side of the trailer, we have drop downs on all 4 stalls, including that first stall with the escape door. So these drop downs come down, they pop into place, so you're not going to be sitting there slapping against the trailer while you're driving down the road. And then these jail bars, a feature I really like, be able to get these jail bars open, check on horses while in transit, not having to take them off the trailer or anything. You can offer more feed, you can offer some water, and then, you know, hop up here on the side, you can check on them, make sure their legs are all good to go and that the horses are comfortable and safe. So then to put that back up, super simple operation, this goes into place. And then each of these drop downs, they are equipped with a bus window. So these bus windows open up, and that way, mornings like this morning, you don't want a whole lot of airflow going to their faces. You can get a little bit of ventilation with having this bus window open. You have another LED light up above over here. And then on this first one, here's your escape door. So this is what I was talking about, being able to use this as a storage stall, and then being able to access it from the outside comes in handy big time too, because if you're going long distances, you got stuff in there that you want to grab, you're not having to offload horses to get to it or climb over horses in order to get in there. So then when this closes up, you've got your drop down in here too. Nice thing that they do about these escape doors, we've got the double latch. So for one, you've got the handle to open it, but then you got the butterfly latch that comes around. And that way, if you do have a horse in this first stall and they're playing with that latch and they end up getting the door open, as long as you have this shut, they're not going to be able to swing that door open and be exposed to the outside. So then over here on this side, our other tack door. So one of my main reasons I love this setup, especially if you're hauling with more than one person, comes in handy big time. Being able to tack out of both sides of the trailer without having to go, you know, all the way around, walk with your saddles and then go all the way around, grab your brushes and all that stuff. You're able to walk through this trailer from end to end and be able to load and tack your horses a lot easier. So same setup as that other side. We've got another 4-tier swing out blanket pole, another brush box down below, window in that tack door. Here's our step coming up here into the trailer. And this one's got the swing out saddle rack on this side as well. So this is the stationary position that it sits in while in transit. So that one you can add additional tiers to it as well if you needed to, or you can add the blanket poles to those too. On this partition wall here, we've got our double rows of bridle racks, so plenty of bridle space in here. Be able to get all your bridles where you need them and keep everything off the floor. And then over in this corner here, we got a 25-gallon water tank. So having that water tank, being able to bring water from home, if you've got a finicky horse that only drinks water from home, has a hard time drinking other sources of water, you can bring some, and then a nice little, you know, peace of mind having water on board. If you are to get stuck on the side of the road, you can still offer your horses water. You can offer your dogs, yourself, cat, whatever you have with you, offer them some water. So LED light up above each tack door. And then we've got one up in the nose as well. Coming in each tack door, you're gonna have a light switch. So being able to walk in here, get the lights on or off from either side of the trailer helps out big time too. And then right here, we've got our shelf. So this is a radius shelf, and that way, you know, we don't want a corner on here and someone to bump their head. So you do have to watch as you're coming in, but this got the radius on it, and then you got the lip on here too. So that lip's gonna help prevent some stuff from falling out of that area while you're driving, unless you're driving like a madman, going over crazy bumps and stuff might fall off, but that lip's gonna help prevent most of that from happening. And then down below you have a clothes bar, so you can hang your show clothes on there, you know, hang your polo wraps, whatever you need to hang up, you can do so with having this bar. Down below right here, we've got our 3/4 length boot box. So, you know, you get this opened up, you got extra storage space. You can keep your stuff off the floor from rolling around too. So be able to get some stuff in there. And then, you know, for one, doubles as a boot box or a seat. And then you can also step up into this gooseneck area with that. So there's that other LED light up there. Plenty of space, storage area, however you want to use it, you've got that space and capability to do so. And then in this one, we are pre-framed for an AC unit. So having that pre-frame, if down the line you do decide you want to add an AC unit, you already have that footprint for it, and it makes it a lot easier for our technicians to go in and install that AC unit on it. So this trailer, we're sitting at 6'10" wide, we're sitting at 7'1" tall, and then we have an on the floor length of 23 feet. Empty weight on it's 5,650 pounds. So, you know, always double check your tow ratings. We want to make sure that you have enough capability of towing something, but most 3/4 tons, 1 tons are going to be able to tow this just fine, but always double check your tow ratings. Excuse me. Cimarron trailers will come with an 8-year structural warranty, 3-year hitch to bumper warranty. So fantastic warranties on them that, you know, product's going to last long and be good. So stock number we've got on this one's 5N221431, and that's 5N221431. It's a 2023 Cimarron Norstar 4-horse gooseneck with that dual swing out front tack room. So if you have questions on this trailer, any other trailer you see on our lot or on our website, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can call or text me at my cell phone, and that's 970-218-5996. You can call me at my desk phone at 303-684-3451, or shoot me an email to Morgan, and that's morgan.knoll, Knoll, at transwest.com. If you click the link below, it'll take you to our webpage where you can see this inventory trailer, or you can browse our new and used inventory as well. I look forward to hearing from you and look forward to doing business, and I hope you have a great day.